6 reasons why Zandi Khumalo should be arrested for what happened to Senzo Meyiwa, right? Hear me out. I know you probably don't want to see her going down to prison. I understand. However, I have these 6 reasons that somehow maybe it will change your mind. You know what I'm saying? When she stood up to say she's going to testify as a witness, we did not have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But certain things that have occurred as ever since she stood up as a witness, there are things that leaves a lot to be desired. So it is out of those things that I'm saying this woman should be arrested for what happened to Senzo Meyiwa, or for the matter of Senzo Meyiwa. Now before you start disagreeing, please hear me out. So I'm about to unpack all of the 6 reasons why she should be arrested, provided that you are interested. If you are interested, then please stick around. As you stick around, there's only one favor that I'm requesting from you guys, and that favor is that you subscribe, you like the video, and you do comment in the comment section below. Why do you need to do all of these nice things, good people? You need to do it because doing it does help out a lot when it comes to the YouTube algorithm to promote and spread this video to as many people as possible. So the power here is in your hands. Guys, please don't forget, we are on our journey to 10,000 subscribers within a space of 4 months from now. So the power here is in your hands. And secondly, guys, I understand, I'm doing a lot, quite a lot of projects that I am currently doing, so I don't get enough time to respond to your comments. But because it's weekend, definitely sure I will make sure that before the beginning of the new week, I would have done and dusted with your comment. I would have commented and I would have replied to all of your comments. Please bear with me, I've got a lot on the table, right? So yeah, remember to subscribe, guys. It's free of charge. And this thing of this video having about 7,000 views, but you only have 3,000. You know what I'm saying? Something is not make sure that the math is not matching this. It means that people are not subscribed. Guys, please do the right thing. It's free of charge. Okay, so let's go back to the video. Okay, that is what we are here for. The number 1 point that I want us to talk about is 1. Kelly Khumalo, she is a witness, not an investigator. Let's start there. Now, I'm going to define what is a witness. Now, let's define what is an investigator. An investigator is somebody that goes out there looking for information in particular specifically for a certain case or subject, let me say so. That person is an investigator, is an authorized investigator. Now, you have Zandi Khumalo on the ENCA, right? Saying that why is Mandisa not investigated? Why is the mother of Meyiwa not investigated? You know what I'm saying? Because she refused this thing of her sister to be lobola. You know what I'm saying? Because her sister, because Senzo Meyiwa was committed to Mandisa already. So because of that and the squabbles that happened there on, she believes that she had anything to do, or there was a possibility, or there is a possibility that she had anything to do with what occurred on that day, right? So that, you know what I'm saying, is not her responsibility. That is the responsibility of an investigation unit, not her responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Look, let me go to number 2. The number 2 is the one that's gonna make you understand why I am saying she is not an investigator. She is like me and you. You know what I'm saying? She needs to understand that. Now let's define what is a witness, right? A witness is a person who saw what happened in a case of Senzo Meyiwa, or if we use that as an example. A witness is a person that might either heard or saw what happened. That person is a witness. Now, let's define the responsibility of a witness. Now, before I define the responsibility of a witness, let me give you a detail and a little bit of definition of each and every department that is associated with justice in South Africa. Number one, you've got the South African Police Service. Their duty is to investigate and bring people to the court, right? Number two, the Correctional Service. Their duty is to keep the offender once the court has found them guilty. So let me start it this way. The SAPS, they investigate and they also book offenders to a court so the court may try them. You know what I'm saying? The primary responsibility of a court is to weigh the evidence that would have been brought by the National Prosecuting Authority. So the National Prosecuting Authority, they are there to prosecute this offender, you know what I'm saying? So they bring evidence as to why this individual must be prosecuted, right? So they bring it to the court, working hand in hand with the SAPS. Now, so you have the judge or the court. The court, their responsibility is to examine the evidence before them and decide whether or not the person indeed committed the offense. And if the person is found to have committed the offense, it is for the court to decide the punishment, right? That's the purpose of the judge, right? Then you've got the defense, the lawyers. Their purpose is to prove that the person whom is being brought before the court is innocent. And should the court find that person innocent, and their second duty is to at least beg the court to, you know what I'm saying, to be lenient on that person. Then the witness. The witness, the responsibility of a witness is to take the court, the lawyers, defense, or the defense, and everybody in court, every stakeholders, their purpose is to take them into confidence or give them details of whatever happened, because it happens in their absence, right? But now they understand the law and the procedures, but your responsibility is just to tell them what happened, what you saw. Based on what you saw, we're going to decide whether this person is guilt or not guilt. Now, hear me out. In this case, you've got a witness in the name of Zandi Khumalo who is busy telling us who is wrong. That's not her responsibility. Her responsibility is to go to court and tell the court, Tuguti, this is what I saw and this is what happened. That's her responsibility. Whether the police is investigating person A, person B, person C, it's none of her business. Her business is to stand before the judge and tell the judge and tell the defense lawyers and tell the NPA what she saw. That is the most important thing. So she's not doing that in court. Instead, she's busy driving her own narrative. And for that, she must be arrested. Number three, she must be arrested because of her the inconsistency of her version of what happened. We did not arrive to a point where we say she should be arrested. She should be, you know what I'm saying? We just did not arrive to such a point, you know what I'm saying? But it was because of one inconsistency to another. We are left with no choice but to say, you have something to do with what happened, because when we look, as we weigh what you said on the media, what you said in court before versus what you are saying now, there is inconsistency. Now, let me give you this. Now, let me tell you this. People are allowed to err, to commit error, but that error must not defeat the context of the story. It is understood that human beings are not computer. They cannot remember things exactly, but the context must always be the same. Like, I've made an example of a case of hitmen that came to do what they do to take one of the taxi bosses where I look next to me. What I did, I instead of saying the color, the car is blue, I said it was green. But I was still close. You know what I'm saying? But the content, I presented it the way it was, as I was describing to one of the police to get a point. So my point is, that is exactly her statement is so inconsistent, and that is the problem. The number 4 reason why she needs to be arrested, which is key, she is so evasive. And let me define, she's evasive and defensive. Now, I'm going to define what is being evasive and what is being defensive. The word evasive is tending to avoid commitment or self-revelation. Now, listen. Now, please bear in mind here, tending to avoid commitment and or self-revelation, especially by responding only indirect. What I've just said in point number 4, don't you think it is like Zandi Khumalo? Certain questions, when she's asked in court, she's not answering things because she somehow, you feel like she fears to incriminate herself. Now, let me ask you a question. If you are answering me in an answer that says you are not willing to commit, what does it tell me? It means that if you commit, you have something to lose. That's as simple and straightforward. For instance, if you go to your parent and you say, can you please buy me a school uniform? And the parent says, we will see. You know what I'm saying? We will see. That is not a commitment. That is to say, it will depend what will happen at the time where you need this uniform. I might buy it and I might not buy it. That is what we are seeing with Zandi Khumalo. She's saying, I'm not going to give you a definite answer. So what type of a witness that is not willing to commit, yet you want us to believe you? How are we going to believe you if you are not willing to commit and show us confidence, show us commitment, tell us things? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's a script. She's acting. She is not convincing at all. You know what I'm saying? She's so evasive when asked questions. Because why? She does not want to commit, because committing means she might incriminate herself. Is she a witness in that case, or she's really a suspect? The number 5 is her rudeness. Let me define the word being rude, because a lot of people don't understand the word being rude. When we are saying you are being rude, we are saying having or showing no pity or compassion for others. So we have a witness that stands before the court, but the problem with the witness is she is so rude. She doesn't have compassion. She cannot convince us that she really loved Senzo Meyiwa. Like, no matter how much she says it, when asked whether or not she loved Senzo Meyiwa, but the actions, the way she speaks, surely it tells us that she did not like this person. Because also, when she's asked certain questions as to like the general questions in court, we saw with the with the first lawyer, ne? Okay, she was compliant. Okay, we were like, okay, she was compliant, ne? The second lawyer, she was so rude. Yo, with the second lawyer, she was so rude. You could feel it. Her attitude was stinking. You know what I'm saying? You are not there before the court to prove your innocence. You are not there to do that, because you are a witness on it. So you are there to tell us what you saw and what happened. There's no need for you to be rude then. There's no need for you to not to show compassion, because you are telling us the version of your truth, the version of your story. It must be in accordance and it must be accompanied with compassion, because you are talking about also a person who lost his life in the name of Senzo Meyiwa. So you can't therefore be evasive, defensive, rude, and you still want us for some strange reasons to believe that you are an innocent person in the story. I'm sorry, ma'am. It is highly impossible. Number 6. The number 6 thing is, one of the most dangerous thing in court is to denounce your own statement. So we have seen this witness coming before the court of law. Yesterday in the media she says this, and the next thing she goes to the court and she says this, and the next thing she says that. Then when asked about the first statement, she denounced it. But yet, for some strange reasons, we are still expected to believe that she is just telling us her version of the story. Like I say, if I were to talk to you today about something that happened 10 years ago, you may not remember it correctly. But the context, the content, and the context must remain the same. I'm telling you, women are known of this. Women never forget. Women knows the date you broke her heart the first time on this date. You did this on this date. You did this on this date. Every significant event in a woman's life, most of the time they even know the date. I lost my father on this date. My child died on this date. They know exactly. You were rude. You came to my thing. They know significant things that are important to women. They always remember them. Not all, not exactly, but the content and the context is always the same with women. That's why they say, as a man, we know cars too much. We love cars. We know them in and out. When we choose to buy a car, most of the time we are very specific, detailed, and we know why this car. As opposed to women, when they buy a car because they love it. It looks sexy. So they say, if you are married to a woman, do not, if you go to a dealership and she chooses a car that you know, this car is not gonna last longer. You'd rather go back home without buying a car, because if you buy that car, now this is the point again, because you force her to buy a car that she doesn't like, she will forever remember the day where you bought a car. Look, in her mind it will always be registered as, yeah, on this day I was violated. He showed his aggressiveness and all the stuff. He doesn't listen to me. So the car will always remind her of what happened on the day. That is women. It is research. It is out there. You can go check. Look, fact check me on this one. So we've got a witness here that remembers what she wants to remember, and she forgets what she wants to forget. And she still wants us to perceive her as a witness. I can't.